Okay, so we're starting the 3D Manage slicing software for the Viper SLA. Before you open up the program, you want to get the USB stick that's over on the Viper and plug it into the desktop, and then open up 3D Manage. First step is you will load an empty build platform, and under your machine settings, you can select your material. This is the clear resin. Right here we have the robust support set up, and it'll do a directory on the E drive. You don't have to change anything, but just make sure that those are set up. Click OK, yes to create the directory, and you'll have your build platform. Then you want to load your parts. So open up, go to the directory that you have your parts at, and we're going to load in one part. Open your part. It's going to load it on the platform. If the part comes in at a different units, like millimeters or inches, you just select the part, and over here on the right, you can select millimeters to inches. And then if you want to go the other way, you can just select it that way. Okay, so we've got the part set up. If you needed to rotate it, you've got your rotate options. If you need to move it, you've got your translate options, copy options, all right here. And so once you have your part oriented in the way you want it, in this case, the important features that I want are on the inside and on the bottom here. Those aren't critical features. So at this point, we'll go over to the verify. Click verify for all your parts. And then next, you'll auto place. If you have multiple parts, that'll arrange the parts for you. And then we'll do create supports. It'll select robust supports. That's a preset we have. Select all parts, create. On a side note, if you want to duplicate this part, what you would do is first you would orient it, create your supports, and then you'd copy it. So you'd hit your selection tool over here, select both of the part and the supports, and then you'd go to copy, and you could select one and it would copy it in the X direction. Since we don't want that, we'll delete it. Okay. So even though this part is set up in the corner here, when it actually goes on the slicer or actually onto the machine, it's going to put it in the middle. So you don't need to worry about putting it in the middle of the platform. It'll do that automatically. So next step is if we wanted to edit the supports, we can change to our view tool here. And then you would select your part. To edit the supports, you have to actually select your part, then go edit supports, yes. From here you can select your specific support, and you can select things like parameters to adjust density of your supports, and you can adjust things like strand spacing and line spacing. So once you've done adjusting your supports, you can do save supports and regions, successful, and then you'll close out. Typically you don't need to adjust your supports, they're already set up, but if you have a particular feature that you are concerned that might fail in the print, you can reinforce it. So your supports are done. Now we'll go over to prepare, and this will actually slice the part and prepare it to go over to the Viper SLA. So you'll save it in the same directory as your original files are in, and it'll create a copy and put that on the thumb drive. So you don't need to copy it to, or you don't need to save it to your thumb drive. So we'll just name it like SGW 61721. So it's slicing all the layers, and it'll process all the parts and all the supports. Slicing successful. So now you're done with the 3D Manage part of it, and at this point you'll head over to the Viper SLA to continue the process.